T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me. I've got a fun-packed show this evening with some lovely guests, okay, from the Arsenal side of things. Yes, we're going to be chopping up, me, Anton, and the Arsenal guys. We're going to be chopping it up. So listen, before I start the show and before I bring my guests in, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. Also comment and share the content, okay? Because look, when you like the channel, it helps in the algorithm, and then I can bring you more daily content like this. So please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share, and also hit me up in the comment section, okay? All right, so listen, let's get the show started, and without no further ado, Guna Gatherings's in the building. What's going on, G?
Hello, mate. How you doing? Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Happy to be here. It's good to see you all. It's nice to be amongst the Liverpool faithful as well. How you doing, guys? You all right?
All good, all good. And we're going to be the poshest guy in England, then, yeah?
The poshest man in all of sports entertainment. Posh Bertie, my man. How you doing?
Bertie, what's going on? I think you're on mute, mate. You're on mute. Yes.
I'm doing good, thank you. Good to see you both. And Rodz, good that I'm part of your channel for the first time. It was the first time I've been part of your channel, and the second time, multiple times. I think Lee's been part of it.
A couple of times.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I can't wait for this. Looking forward to speaking to you and talking about what there is to talk about. So
it's kind of nice being on this side of it, isn't it, Posh?
Very much so. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to bring in the connoisseur of Liverpool content, Liverpool football content. Bring in the connoisseur, Antoine. How you doing, sir?
Hello, guys.
Yes.
Hello, guys. Hello, mate. What's going on, guys?
What's good?
Nice to meet you, guys.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good.
The light on this place, jeez. Blinding me, man. I feel I'm streaming from heaven.
I feel like I'm at King of the Ring. I've been blinded by Harvey Whippleman.
I'm blind, Dick.
Yes. So good evening to everybody. And hope everybody is well. Listen, it's been an eventful pre-season. To be fair, I wasn't looking forward. I wasn't looking forward to pre-season because everybody knows my sort of like my feelings on the manager. But you know what it is at the moment. I'm kind of like hoping he proves me wrong on what I've been saying about him and how I feel about him. Because I got nothing against him per se. I just think that he hasn't got the experience to.
Yeah,
like,
inexperience. You did say
inexperience. He's inexperienced to like for me, my point of view, to take Liverpool forward. However, his past few games that he's played as the new Liverpool head coach, because we can't say manager now, he has to be head coach because it is a head coach. His last few games that he has played, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I mean, you know, there's no doubt about that. Do you know what I mean? We had result against Real Betis. I think we played very well against them, closing down on all sorts. And Arsenal and Man United quite recently. Do you know what I mean? Man United was the best one, I think. Best one because
of course, Man United.
Yeah.
It's always good. It was always good beating the scum. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I just
anywhere.
You know, I don't care.
It could be table tennis.
I know, innit? It's
football, bro.
I think we'll all agree on that.
Yeah, no, it's true though. I don't care what the occasion is. You know, I hate losing to the Max. That's one thing I don't like it. So, listen, how do you think your preseason season has gone? And I'll put that question to who in the gathering first, and then especially around to
Well, I don't think it's been spectacular. I think, bear in mind that we've just done our tour of the United States with quite a young-looking squad. It's been interesting, actually, seeing a couple of these young players out there, also amongst some of the guys that weren't playing necessarily in the Euros or in the Copa America. I want to say a highlight for me is seeing young Ethan Nwari, for example. I think he's been a bright spark in the whole thing. I think Gabriel Jesus has been a bright spot because it's one of them things where there was a lot of last season where we were wondering how much are we going to get out of him. And actually he's come back this pre-season, not getting too excited about the whole thing, because I know my broadcast partner's going to have an opinion on the strikers. I know that for a fact. But he's actually impressed me. He's looking strong. He's had a few good games. Like you said about beating Manchester United, that's always fun to do. We did that as well. And then you guys come over and you took us apart in about half an hour. I've literally just seen it back today because I've been so busy. But I will say this. In the pre-season match, I think you guys probably deserved it in terms of beating us. But I think the bigger picture on the whole of the pre-season tour for me is that we've seemingly come away from the tour without any injury issues, which is great. I mean, there's lots of things, lots of factors involved in the whole thing. Big heat issue as well, which is obviously for all the sides involved there. But it's really good preparation. It'd be interesting. We've got Emirates Cup coming up this week. That's going to be fun to see Mr. Granit Xhaka pop up at the Emirates this week, and absolutely should be fun. And then we'll see how we get going in the proper stuff in 2 weeks' time.
The same to Posh Bertie. You're on mute again.
You're muted again, son.
What is going on? Sorry about this.
It's never been this quiet.
Pre-season so far. Look, again, as you've said, Rodz, as much as it's always a good thing to beat Man United, it's up to a dig in there. I think these friendlies don't matter. I know it's. Don't forget, a lot of our key players, Raya, Rice, Saka, Saliba, they weren't part of the squad. They're still resting. I think some of them are now. but I'm not too sure. So, and again, you know, these friendlies aren't the be-all and end-all of what happens in the season. So I'm not taking these results seriously that much. But I think there have been some, as Lee said, there have been some promising signs, like Wanyeri, for example, playing. Some other academy players getting their fair share as well. So there's nothing. Well, there's one thing I can complain about, and that is a certain left back against Liverpool. But apart from that, it's been okay. I think, you know, again, like I said, the friendlies aren't the be-all and end-all of the season. So I'm just taking, you know, I'm not really that. I'm not paying much attention in how that's gonna affect our season, really. But yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, Anton, I mean, how do you think, when you look at sort of like Liverpool and you look at sort of like the way they've been playing and listen, on how our pre-season has gone, what's your thoughts on our pre-season?
Do you know what? Like the guys say, you can't really take it too serious. But in our case, it's a bit different from their one because their manager, they've had the manager for a while. This is a new manager, but it's nice to be in winning ways, no matter who it is against. I know what competition it is. I'm not taking it with a pinch of salt, but it's good to he's just coming and showing how he wants to play and things like that, and going forward. So it's a plus side kind of thing. It's a plus for us because we need to see what's happening, because we don't know what's happening, especially if you don't know anything about him coming from the Eredivisie. It's good to know that he's got a couple of wins, fake wins, should I say, under his belt, but to see how he plays out and how it could pan out beginning of the season, so. Yeah, it's going to be similar to what he said they were going to say earlier, but it doesn't really matter. But for us, it just not matters that we're going to go around parading. Oh, we won the flipping Mickey Mouse Best Friends Cup. No. No, it's just to see it, just to feel him out, and he gets a feel of our team and the club and everything. So it was a plus for that. That's all.
I was on mute then. So, like, Guna, what players from your squad that you was impressed with, and sort of like that you feel that they deserve a good run in the team this season, and maybe they can do some damage. You know what I mean? What players were you excited about?
Well, other than Nawari, there's one other player I want to really single out. It's Lewis Skelly, who's a young player, who's normally a midfield player, but had played a lot of the tour at left back. And
sounds familiar.
Yeah. I hear you. Remember how Bukayo Saka debuted? He came in, took an opportunity, didn't he? He played in left back under Unai, didn't he? And became, came out and thrived. Well. Playing out of position, but doing a decent job and doing himself proud. I understand Nawari and him and Skelly are the two that are still training with the first team right now back in London. Who else impressed me? Well, I mentioned Jesus. Obviously, there's still a few players that are gradually on their way back. Havertz scored quite a nice goal. I know I've just said that just to provoke a reaction from this young man, because it was a nice goal right in the centre forward position. Arsenal fans, if you are watching me now, here's my theory. It's quite clear to me that if we were in the market for a centre forward, and you're not going to like this, Posh, it might have happened already, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and maybe Mikel, in his infinite wisdom, is thinking Kai is going to be your main number 9. Now, What he has addressed, I'll throw it to you in just a minute. What he has addressed is one of the big problem positions that we did have in the last season, and that is the left back. Now, we haven't seen Calafiori go out on the field yet. I suspect we'll see him.
Fuming, he's got him. Fuming.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm just jealous. A bit of jealousy just ran over me. Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool. That's interesting because Posh would have heard you say that, because Posh is. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I'm going to let you respond to it. But I would say you're a little bit reserved on judgment until you actually see it, and I think that's probably fair.
But I've only seen him play about 2 games. That was in the Euros. One of them he scored an own goal. So again, I don't know until I see him play properly.
But then again, he's still got to play in the Premier. He's still yet to play in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and obviously it's a faster league. Coming from Serie A, where football is played like chess, and it's all about tactics and the calm, and it's not as quick, But I have to admit, he's coming from a fan that's watched Italian football since since childhood. When in the 90s, it was like formidable. I mean,
good old Channel 4.
If a striker got 10 goals in a season, that was like, wow, that's amazing. he can go anywhere else.
Unless your name was George Weir or Gabriel Batistuta.
Oh yes.
I heard his cousin was quite good.
It was crazy, but I feel like it reminds me of a
very good, son. Very good.
Defender. He reminds me of a defender was throwback in them days. They did mention Maldini, but I shouldn't do that. But
no,
there is. I think I've seen an early Nesta. When Nesta come on the scene, an early Nesta, he was kind of slim, kind of like thin, but he was so happy to defend, happy, it's the first time I saw someone like punching the ground, like because he made a tackle, and I see that with him. He looks more, to be honest, he looks better on the ball. He's just how it is nowadays. Footballers have got to be a bit more better on the ball now. I feel
definitely.
He could be a Nesta, but he could be better. I think he's better on the ball than him. He's like more calmer and he's like under pressure and things like that. Good in the air, and I think he'll be a future captain for.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
My ears.
sorry.
No. It's just so good. It's so good.
No, I'm just. You know what it is.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check. So I'll just quickly on Calafiori. So my opinion, I've said that to my lads, that I think when he does come into the Arsenal side, I think he's going to start in a left back position, and the reason why is we've seen it quite often before when we've seen players and maybe just sort of get integrated with the side. I know over the last season at Bologna he had been playing centre half, but I know the season before he has been playing left back, and like you said, it is a very different ball game, and
way different ball game.
Perhaps that linking up with Gabriel on that side, and then Saliba, and then probably Ben White. I think that makes us that's a good unit to start with. As the great George Graham said in years gone by. Sorry to bring back a ghost there for your Anfield faithful there, but titles and championships and trophies were
there is,
nice.
mate. Alexandra Nesta, mate. Alexandra Nesta.
Yeah, he's got he's got qualities, man. He's got qualities, and I'm so pissed that he went to you guys. So I thought, I wish Klopp was still here, and we've got him, and I feel like he'd make him feel so nice at home, man. I think it'd be the right character to bring him in, but Arteta could be one of them guys as well. But I think when he eventually clocks it, he's going to be unbelievable, I think.
I mean, great championships and trophies are won with a basis of a great defence. So
Italian team wanted him. Every single Italian Juventus wanted him. All the big guns wanted him. Is that he could choose? Like, what should I have? It was like a pick and mix. He's like, what should I don't know. I'm not going to see. But I liked how he didn't choose them and chose the Premier League. You know what? I'm going to try the Premier League and go for something harder. And you know what? I'm going to try a competition, different competition. So good. We're dues to him.
Yeah.
And he speaks a little bit of English as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Just a little bit. He's not fluent, but he knows a bit of English.
Bosh Murray, what's your thoughts on who you thought as being a standout players with Arsenal, in this tournament so far, and who you think can really kick on with Arsenal this season?
Who's been our star player in pre-season? Well, I'll be honest, I've only seen the highlights of our pre-season matches. I've not watched the full game because I don't really want to wake up at 3 a.m. Wanting to watch. I do have limits, you see. But I think I was pleased to see that Martinelli got the winner against Man United because it's going to be a big season for him. You're seeing a lot of Arsenal. Well, you're seeing some Arsenal fans get a bit restless towards Martinelli, which I think is a bit unfair. And that's just because Trossard's been playing more than him. And, it's a bit like Arsenal fans are saying, oh, I don't want to play with this toy anymore. I want this new Trossard toy here. So this season's going to be quite big for Martinelli because, as I said, a lot of fans are getting a bit twitchy over him. And I just hope he does well. I'm not there yet, but I really hope Martinelli does well. And that winner against Man United hopefully does well for his confidence. And Wanyeri as well. I don't think he'll get much regular first team action, sadly, but hopefully he's still training with the first team. So we'll never know what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Remember, guys, in the chat, please get your questions in. If you've got any questions for us, get your questions in, and we'll try and answer them the best way we can. I'm going to go to Anton now. For Liverpool, who do you think has been our standout player, and who do you think could do something next season if given a chance?
Whoa, that's a good one. We got our little Portuguese little wonder who's got the 2 goals. He's on fire at the moment, and he wants it. He wants it. You know what? I want to stay here. I want to stay here and go for the number 10. I'm a number 10. They're going to tell me about playing me on the wing or anything, but I'm going to fight for my place. So I said, I like things like that. I like the bravery, man. Looks like a good player. Looks competent, but maybe he could be out of his depth in the 10 because I've seen him when he was playing for Hull and that. So Carvalho. So I would like to keep him for the squad player because FSG, that they're tight they are. So we might as well keep him, and if he wants it and he wants the pressure, why not give it to him, man? So and a little Neoni, the midfielder,
Trainer only.
Yeah, he looks so tidy, man.
Yeah, he does. He does.
You know what I love about some young players when they come on, that breath of fresh air, and they don't even think of that pressure. It's like, I'm just playing a game. I'm just playing a game, any game. It doesn't matter. I'm playing for a multi-billion pound franchise. I'm just playing a game. He just plays the game and goes through his motions, man. He's
so calm. He's so calm, and he just nothing bothers him. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Do you remember when he went? Sorry to cut across. Do you remember when he made his debut? I think it was in a Luton game or something.
Yeah.
And Klopp had him on the touchline. He was just about to bring him on, and he just talked to him. Do you see how calm it was? Just like, all right, boss. Yeah, cool, boss.
Bro, I was shitting bricks for him.
Yeah.
Like, why is this guy so calm? I was like, I'm sitting on the edge of the TV, and my missus was like, why are you watching the TV like that? I was on the edge of the TV, like my chair. And I was like, this little kid coming on there, Jem. Come on, man.
He just felt so good. And I just looked at him and I thought, you know what? Nothing phases this guy.
No.
You know what I mean? He'll go in and do what he needs to do. Yeah. And
he learned his trade there well.
Yeah. Do you know what got me about him? Is like, he seems that sort of person. If he does something wrong, he's not going to sort of ponder on it.
Yeah, you're right.
Or to make it right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that sort of advice from him. Yeah, he's just
He could do with some pounds. He looks like a thin little guy though. I know you're young and that, but he needs to either put on some pounds, go and eat some real hard food, or go in the gym. Like, you know what I mean?
No, sidetrack for this, yeah. Sidetrack for this. St. Lucia won their first gold medal in the Olympics, didn't they?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course. They're gonna be over the moon. Yeah, I'm gonna be over the moon. My mother's land, you know.
Listen, I'll take that win as well. You know, I'll take that W as well because you're right next door to us. So I'm taking that as well. You get me? I'm gonna hit
my local non-league team, Ebbsfleet. One of our strikers is from St. Lucia and plays for them nationally.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Wicked.
Ebbsfleet, yeah. My cousin used to play for them years ago.
Might be your cousin.
Green.
Guna Gap. This is coming from Sam Wilson. He said the Guna Gathering Army have arrived. My first time on here too. Don't forget to hit the like button, my friend, and hit the subscribe button too as well. Please do that for me. And he says as well, I got my contact lens in, so I'm going to read it from here. I am going to read it from there because I got my contact lens in. I can't see visual. Do you know what I mean? He said, but I have I've heard lots about Rodz from Lee and Posh. Oh, thank you very much.
All good things, don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bloody hope so. Oh gosh. Emerson's in the building.
Crozier, yeah.
Good evening, Uncle Rodz, Lee, Posh, Bertie, and Anton. Paul's in the building as well. Big up Rodz, Anton, Bertie, and Lee. Big up. He also Redbird's in the building. Big up Redbird. He said, "Bless up your long time, Redbird. I haven't seen you for a minute, my friend." Steve, you never walk alone. Says, "Let's go, champ."
Yeah, let's go, champ.
Big up Steve each and every time, man. Steve's a great guy. Stand-up player, Cavallo, Tashimikas, Elliot, yeah, Bradley, and Salah. Yeah, because Salah looked fresh. He did look fresh. And Bradley also.
Yes, Elliot really good against us. Elliot, yeah.
Surprisingly, not Cavallo, I mean, Tsimikas. I'm like,
he's not good, isn't he?
New because of maybe new manager. And maybe at the time they were saying when they might have to get rid of him. Probably the new manager's come in and said, you know what? Let's see what's up. I'm going to give you like a couple of months to see what's happening. And see if you can stay and see if you can fight for the place. And it's like I'm seeing the Tsimikas what started to play for Liverpool. You know, the first
yeah.
I thought, wow, he's gonna give Robertson some pressure, man.
Yeah, no, seriously. And then there's rumors that I don't want to talk too much about it because you never know with Liverpool, but there's rumors about that after this left back, 19 years old, Argentina. I can't remember the name, Julius Saloza or something like that.
Yeah.
But they after him, and
he played
for
Argentina in Olympics.
Right. Okay. What's his club side? Do you know?
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna look at it now, bro. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna look at him.
Yeah, because rumors are at the end of the day, it's like that. The price is going to be like 15 million, which is sort of like 15 million US, which comes up to about 12 million pounds or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And they're saying that, he's 19 years old and that, but they're saying they're not bringing him for the academy. He's coming for the first team, and he's a left back.
Yeah, it looks like 11.7 million. Like, maybe.
Yeah. What clubs he played for? Do you know?
I'm just gonna check it right now. Julio Sola, his name is.
Julio
Sola.
Yeah.
Where's he coming from? I do not know what he's coming from, but I'm still checking. Atletico Lunas.
Okay. Not a team I've heard of. But
sorry?
Not a team I've heard of, but fair play. Yeah, so there's rumors looking at him still, you know what I mean? But Tsimikas at the day, he's done himself no harm in this preseason. He has done himself no harm. He's been doing what we want him to do. And what I like, just to touch back on Trey Naomi, what I like about him is that with him, he's different from sort of like Curtis Jones. Because one thing that annoys me about Curtis Jones, I think he's a good player, not get me wrong. One thing that annoys me about Curtis Jones is that he hangs onto the ball too long.
Yeah.
But Trey Naomi is like, gets the ball, distribute, makes his run.
He keeps it moving. He pops it around.
Yeah, he just keeps it moving.
Two touch. He likes to play a little two touch. But if you see a gap in the area or something in where he needs to, he runs into it. He runs into nice little touches and strides, man. Yeah, like I said, I don't think, and I've watched Curtis Jones in that age. I don't think Curtis Jones is as calm as that.
No, he just gets the ball. Because remember, he set with the first goal because he passed it to Sabozlai, and Sabozlai did the 1-2 with Salah, and then he puts it in the back of there. Do you know what I mean? That was against Betis, wasn't it? Yeah, Betis. Is this one? Is it Nawari looked impressive in pre-season? That's your boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Arsenal's boy.
Steve, AFC always. Yeah.
Cool. Big up AFC always. Big up each and every time. Please do not forget.
Really good player. Good player.
Yeah.
Really good player.
About this time last year, I saw Nawari literally about a mile away from where I am right now. He was playing in the pre-season friendly at Chelmsford City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, literally just down the road. I took my little girl with me as well. It was brilliant.
Wicked. Yeah, AFC forever. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button.
He looks like he's unfazed as well under the ball.
Sorry?
He looks like he's so unfazed in any situation.
That's what the youngsters are like. And I think if you could keep that sort of like
youthfulness
and composure in them, even when they step to the first team.
That's what I'm saying. But
why are you gonna have players?
With the young team that he's playing with, because they're all gonna be on the same boat, you know what I mean? But if you look at you're standing out from that, then that's when you know that he ain't got a problem. He looks like a good little player.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. I mean, to be honest, today I would like to see Trey Naomi get some minutes next season.
Yeah,
in the first team, and I also want them to keep Fabio Carvalho. I want them to keep him.
Yeah.
You see what he done to what's that? Casemiro sent him back to Brazil, didn't he?
Oh, that was so.
It's quite easy to do that nowadays, especially as a centre.
Yeah. I could do that against him, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's good seeing, though, isn't it?
Well, me at left back, I'll sort him out.
No, but like it was good seeing that. So yeah, big up AFC for always. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button because, as I said, these guys will be on the channel quite regular. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to try and make it a regular film.
He was at the England. He was playing for England, wasn't he? In the tournament before.
Probably played in the under-17s World Cup, I would imagine.
I think it was. I don't know if it's the Euros, under 17 Euros. I think.
Yeah, it might be that. Yeah.
France, but and he was playing with the Tottenham starlet as well as a Tottenham starlet. I forgot his name. Matt,
this is
something like Mickey something, and both of them brilliant.
Mouse.
Could have been
if it's Tottenham, yeah. Oh,
it's a good one. But honestly, he does look like a good player. And he doesn't even look like he's. You know what? I can give it to him. I can give it to him. That he doesn't look like he comes from Tottenham. He looked like I'm like when I first heard he's from Tottenham. I was like, "What? You sure?" I had to go and check it on the phone. This kid, he plays for Tottenham. I'm like, "Wow, he plays for Tottenham."
This is the question for you.
I say it.
What's your expectations for Arteta this season? You both can answer that. Actually, you both can answer that.
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, no. With Arteta, I've seen the progress that he's made over the last few years at Arsenal, and I've quite enjoyed it. And we've come very, very close, probably annoyingly close to winning the title. I don't see any other reason why we can't be up there and challenging, if not picking up the trophy. I'd love to see us picking up something. I think that's where everybody should be. I'm sure you guys will be thinking the same thing over on the Liverpool side. So, but I don't know. Oregon Gooner as well. It's nice to see you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, look, we're all after the big trophies, aren't we? And I know I've been asked a little bit down there. You know, am I Arteta out if we don't win the title? If you know your Arsenal history, look, something will have to go very, very wrong, I think, for the board to sack Mikel Arteta. I honestly think that. You know, we scored a record amount of goals for Arsenal in the Premier League last season. We got a huge amount of points again. Yes, of course, Man City beat us, and ultimately, as Posh is probably going to throw at me, but you didn't pick up the trophy. So what does it matter? But look, I do feel that we're well in contention for it, and I don't see any reason why we can't pick it up.
Because there's an entity called Man City. That's why. And the
Never
reason
heard
why
of them.
they pick up 2 other times because of an entity called Man City. The cheaters, but they got players. They got the manager who's unbelievable.
Yeah, yes.
So they cheat and as well as got good players. Yeah, I can win against that, man.
Okay.
Well, I wondered for the side that he does have. I mean, I think they were a smidge lucky to pick up the trophy last season. But look, fair play to them. You know, it was quite fitting that on the very last game of the season, they did score their opening goal against West Ham on the 115th second, wasn't it?
Posh Bertie, take away, my friend. Take away, Posh Bertie. Take your mute off as well.
He's not seeing the camera yet. No, he's
You're
seen
on me.
So we can't win the league because of Man City. Okay, should we just forfeit the whole season then?
Nah, you always got to try and play though.
So, look, my expectations. So, Arteta's been at the club for 4.5 years. It will come up to 5 years in December. And in 5 years, we won 1 trophy, which was not back in 2020, and that was the FA Cup. Since then, and I know AFC Always will point this out in the chat because he does it in every stream I'm in. When it comes to December, we would have reached half of the. We would have reached year 5 in the 9-year trophy drought that Arsene Wenger had us in. And that's the concern, because we are going through a bit of a trophy drought, and Arteta has built the team in his image. We keep hearing about this new look Arsenal, this progress, this amazement, and we've not won any trophies since 2020. In fact, Eric Ten Hag has won more trophies than us in the space of 2 years compared to how Arteta has in 5. This is the concern. We have to win something this season, otherwise it's time for a change, and that's that's been my stance since the start. Last season has ended. We have to win something, and there is a sign of progress in the league from losing out on the title 2 seasons ago, albeit a bit of a capitulation, to losing out on the title last season via the final day, coming ever so close. But we still got to progress. We have to win a trophy. We have to. Otherwise, it's just a sign of us showing no progress and spending all this money on these players for nothing, essentially. And don't get me wrong, I'm pleased that we've got decent depth in defence with the signings of Calafiori and Timber, of course, coming back from injury. But up front is my concern. We still haven't got a backup for Saka because Reece Nelson's going to go. We need a player that can actually challenge Saka in the first team. And we need a proper 20-plus goal a season striker up front. Because unfortunately, Kai Havertz isn't that player that's going to score 20-plus goals a season. And neither is Gabriel Jesus. If we're going to go into this season with Havertz up front, even though he will score a couple of goals, and that's great, we will not ultimately win the league because we don't have that 20-plus goal a season striker to get us over the line. We might have a great defence, but up front, no backup for Saka and not a proper identity up top as the number 9.
Yes, your boy there,
And
man.
there he is there.
Your boy, man.
I better see him celebrate like that with a trophy in his arms. With a trophy in his arms this season.
I think he was going for Jurgen Klopp's model 2018, 2019 team. When he's not a striker, but it plays the false 9, which was Firmino, and the one it was the wingers, the forward, should I say, Salah and Mane were getting the goals, and he was coming up with a few goals. That's what I think he was trying to do.
Well, I'd take Bobby Firmino over Kai Havertz any day. So
I think
that's
it didn't
the
work
difference.
out. Sorry?
I'd take Firmino over Havertz any day. That's the difference. Firmino was a threat up top.
He was still a little threat, but sometimes there was times where you think, "Wow, could he finish that, man? Jesus, it was only like 6 yards outside the box, man." So
yeah, but you know what it is. You know what it is at the day, like for some of the misses that he did miss.
Yeah,
he made up for it.
He made up for it, innit?
In school,
he set up a goal. It's always it was what's it called, goal involvement is so high. Not only the assists, but he'll do something. He'll do a run, and then 2 players will follow him, and the player just gone free with the ball. And he done that so many times, man. And maybe he was trying to do that same thing with Havertz. That's what I think he was. It looked like it was working, but maybe he needed a striker as well, because we still had
a glass ceiling. Kai Havertz, that's what it is, and he can't smash it.
We still had a Rigi that came on and scored now and again.
There's a name from the past.
I missed that player. I actually missed that player. I really do miss him.
I miss him too.
I do miss him. But you know what it is? I think you can beat Man City. You can beat them. But you know what? Do you know what it is? No, I'm just saying you can beat them to the title. Yeah. I know you could probably beat them sort of like on one-on-one games. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you can beat them to the title. All you have to do, and you have to get so far ahead. Yeah. That they, you know what I mean? It will take them time to catch you. You know what I mean? And in that meantime, they're trying to catch you. You're still winning games. Do you know something? Because
do you know what?
No, but check this out. Hold on a minute. Check this down. The season that we won the title, and we beat Man City, because we're the only team.
Yeah, we had to be perfect.
Yeah, beat Man City.
It had to be perfect in every game, man. Perfect.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. What it is today, we got so far ahead that they couldn't catch us.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So that game against Chelsea, right? If they would have beat Chelsea, all they was doing is putting off the inevitable.
Yeah,
it was an inevitable that was going to win the title. Just putting it off for like one more game. Do you know what I mean? That's how you beat Man City. You have to get so far in front of them that it's going to be
impossible.
Kind of impossible for them to catch you.
Mathematically impossible.
Right. Now, saying that now, Arsenal have got the players to do that. This is what I'm talking about. They have got the players to do it because they've literally built a team. If that team is played right, that team could be scary. I'm telling you, it can be scary because there's one player, right, amongst a few at the day that I rate in Arsenal. And the one player that I really rate is Trossard. I rate that player highly. I'm sorry. And for 28 million,
offered to Liverpool first, and then and what did FSD do?
Yeah, well, 28 million, 28 million, and he is a quality player.
Yeah, he's a problem for any team. His only problem is himself sometimes. Just like Jesus, it's themselves that's a problem. Something's missing, like, you know what I mean, that killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? You do get the odd goal in that, but it's not killers. And that's what's missing from
singing in the background.
It's my little bubba.
Amy,
say hello.
We're running.
Hello.
Hello, Baba.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
No.
Amy.
Hello, beautiful.
Where should everyone subscribe to? And Uncle Rodz.
Uncle Rodz.
There you go. Good girl.
Big up. Yeah, I like that. I like
She's
that.
well trained.
She is. She's social media trained. That's what it is.
Good advertising there. Do you know what I mean? Right,
This is gonna get a tad difficult for my end right now.
Right, let me go through. Right, Guna. Oregon Guna says, "Look at these legends." Big up, Oregon Guna. Hope you subscribed as well. Everton says, "Question for Rodz or Anton: Who in Liverpool Academy to look out for next season?" I'll put that to you first, Anton, and then I'll answer.
I said that trade it on me. Him and what should we say? Because it's an odd one because maybe we're not playing him, so yeah, it's got to be Trey for me at right now. And what's his name? I forgot his name, man. Oh, jeez, terrible.
What position he plays?
Striker. He comes and got big hair. His dad used to play. I forgot his name.
Oh, Dans.
Yeah,
but he's gone thing, isn't he? He's gone Plymouth on loan, isn't he? He's gone to Plymouth.
I didn't even know about that. I thought he was in the camp still.
No, apparently he's gone to Plymouth Argyle on loan. Apparently,
at least he's on loan.
Yeah,
It'd be nice there, man. Because
they couldn't sell him.
That league is harsh, man. So I hope he goes there and he does well, man.
Yeah. I think and they sort of like go there, toughen him up and that. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, 100%.
And
Mad
then,
tough, man.
Yeah.
Mad tough.
Yeah, for sure. So, for me, yeah, it has to be Emerson. He's been looking good. Do you know what I mean? And he's a player that I want to see get minutes next season. Do you know what I mean? Well, this season coming up because it's fastly upon us. Now it's like next week, 17th is the first game of the season. So that's a player that I want to get some minutes in. League Cup. You know what I mean? Some of the games, no disrespect, but some of the low category games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Put him on, give him a try. Do you know what I mean?
Like Carabao Cup or something.
Yeah. Carabao Cup and like
we got the obvious ones like Bobby Clark and all them ones there.
Yeah,
but he's fringes, isn't it? Still. So
yeah, Bobby Clark. Yeah.
And we've got a Superman called Jay Spearing. He could come back in.
Yeah, but there's another one. Tyler Morton. I think they're going to keep him.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give him a try.
Yeah.
But I think Bobby Clark might go out on loan again.
Yeah. Tyler Morton's like another Persetic, man. He's very nice with the ball. Good feeder of the part of the pass.
Yeah.
Good control of the game. Awareness. He's got his head on the swivel. He's a decent little midfielder, man. Mark Morton.
Cool, yeah. So what's it? Who does Bertie support?
I answered that question in the chat.
Yeah, I know you're an Arsenal supporter. You're asking your name.
No, he's a Liverpool supporter, but he likes Arsenal.
What's it? Steve is what's on? Yeah. Goodly. If your team don't win the title this season, you're Arteta out. I'll ask you the question because obviously Leeds are away at the moment.
If we don't win if we don't win a single trophy this season, if we go trophyless again, then yes, I think we need a bit of a refresh and a new manager because I think Arteta would have taken us as far as he can go. I mean, 5 years, one trophy, not exactly that good, is it?
No.
Who would you get if that happened? Who would you get?
It depends who's available, really, because we don't know in a year's time. But from the top of my head, I mean, I'd love it if Zidane came, but I think that would be a bit unrealistic. Yeah, that's just a dream, right? But I think we just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see who would be available then, because we don't know.
Would you give Henry a chance?
No, I think I want a manager that is experienced of winning trophies. I think we don't want another manager that comes with a risk and that kind of thing.
No, I get you 100%. I get you 100%. Steve, you'll never walk alone. Bertie, we have 2 Arsenal fans in today. Great banter. Yeah, man. These guys are great guys. You know what I mean? Great guys. Lee,
come on,
Bertie,
don't be
your
like
team
that,
got
Steve.
smoked by our kids in pre-season.
Steve,
Nice.
no, Steve.
I'm in the FA Cup as well.
No, Steve. Steve, no. That's not nice.
Steve said Cavalier tore Ben White and new Arsenal in the game.
Arsenal.
Oh, look how you spell Arsenal.
Oh no, I know. He's brutal. Well, he did play well though.
I didn't see the whole game, but I know that it wasn't. I know that Zinchenko was being a liability again, but then again, what else is new?
He was getting cut to pieces, but like I think he goes too far forward.
Do you know what? To be honest, he's a decent player, man. But Salah was just. Salah looked like he just come out of his mum's womb, bro. He looked so fresh. You see how fresh he is? He looked like a newborn baby, and the only thing was missing was an umbilical cord. He was fresh.
Salah always, whenever it's Salah versus Zinchenko, it always ends one way, and it's not the way Arsenal fans want. It's a matter of when, not if. When Salah tears Zinchenko a new one.
Though. I do like him. He's a very intelligent,
good midfielder.
If he was quick, he would be unbelievable. But he's a reader of the game. He's a good player. But if someone's got pace and trickery, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he would be much better if he was in midfield. But I do think that if Arteta was going to play him in midfield, he would have done so by now. He would have done it a long time ago. So that's the thing. He'd be good in midfield rather than at left back. Much better.
Yeah, facts. Real life begins in 2 weeks.
You're so right. You're so right.
You're
so right.
Steve says, but was it Lee, Bertie, what position and what player you want to sign this month?
Bertie, you go first, mate.
Well, I mentioned this already, a backup for Saka and a striker. We've got a defender, and that's great. And as I mentioned, good squad depth in defence is important, especially, if Saliba gets injured, which I think is the nightmare scenario. We have Timber who can play at centre-back and Calafiori who can play at centre-back that can cover for that position.
And
Kivior as well, but I think I'd rather Timber and Calafiori at the back.
Yeah, he's back up in it, Kivior, to be honest.
But backup for Saka is important because Reece Nelson's going to go, and I think we need someone that can challenge Saka for his first team position. I know some are saying Pedro Neto is being used in conversation. I understand people think, he's injured, but I think he'd actually be a good addition to the team, and he won't be a good addition because he'd be the backup player compared to Saka, unless of course what Arteta's training regime is like. It's an injury-prone player's nightmare. Just like Thomas Partey.
But that's one thing about Neto. He's injury-prone, man. That's the only thing. He would have been gone a long time ago. Everyone knows that. Even when Liverpool went and got Jota and done a surprise attack and got Jota, and then after when he became good, everyone was like, "Shit, he's fucking brilliant." And then a lot of teams from that was like, maybe Neto can do the same thing. And then he got injured, come back and he got injured again. I was like, and I think teams are looking at him and think, "Nah, can't touch him," because of that.
Like MC Hammer.
And there was a comment from Steve that said, where is it? Arsenal can sign an Isak type striker. You'll win the title. The three that I wanted up front was either Isak, Ivan Toney, or Ollie Watkins. They'd be perfect for us. There's been talk of the striker. I can't pronounce his name, but the striker from Sporting. I think any striker.
Gyökeres.
Yeah. capable striker that looks like they can score goals in the 20s. I think, I got, as Steve said, great business for getting over 25 million for Smith Rowe. I like Smith Rowe. I'm sad that he's gone. I'd rather have him in the team than Fabio Vieira. But we need to use that money. We need to
adequate
use
replacement
that
for Saka.
and hopefully the money we'll use if Nketiah goes, which is looking even more unlikely, which is ridiculous. But if that happens, we need to use that money to get the players that I've mentioned back up for Saka and a striker. And if we do that, then I'll be a lot more happier than I'll be a lot more confident going into the say our first 3 away games of the season.
I think everyone. I'm not even including Arsenal fans. I'm saying like anyone who loves the game, that is paid Football Manager or anything like that. If they had Arsenal, they will just get a striker, and I think a lot of them would say Isak.
Yeah,
he's got Arsenal all over him, man. He's got Arsenal all over him. He really does. He's got that panache and that. He's got that little arrogance about him, and his English is crazy. Have you heard him talk? He's like he's from South London.
Who's that?
Isak.
Yeah, I tell you, who was accent was crazy as well. That Arsenal used to have was like Hector Bellerin. His accent was crazy. It was just like he's born in London, wasn't he? He's just like he's literally born in London.
So I'll do it for you, Posh. It's a shame he couldn't take a throw on.
Yeah.
Hearing that name sends shivers down my spine every time I see him take a throw in.
Good times, eh?
Oh. Sorry, you've made me age about 50 years. Anyway,
I'll tell you who I'd like to see. How's this for an adequate Saka sort of rotation option? I'll take Eze off Palace. How about that?
Yes.
Even though he's right-footed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Good.
I like him a lot. You can throw him anywhere. I think you can.
He's a competent player. He's a competent player, but I feel like
who's the one I went to buy
coming off from the left because he's right-footed, inverted, or through the centre on the right.
That word, inverted.
You're not gonna get him. You're not gonna get the full whack from him. For me personally, I don't think you would. If he got, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice for a squad player, and maybe he can learn coming from the right because he's a right-footed player. But nowadays, forwards are coming in from their good foot into the pitch. You understand? And I feel like
who's the one who went to Bayern Munich?
Sorry?
Sane.
No, the other one went to.
Elise.
Elise, that's it. Elise.
Oh, the one that went to Bayern. Yeah.
I would like if he got him. Whoa.
Yeah.
Problems.
Yeah.
No, that is problems. Steve, you never walk alone, said Rodz Anton Sola is a few years away from the first team. Well, apparently they're going to bring him in straight away to the first team if they do get him. Do you know what I mean? 5 years before Arteta, 4 finals, 2 trophies, 2 semi-finals by Christmas. 5 years of Arteta, final 1 trophy, 2 semi-finals.
He's discounting the Charity Shield and the Emirates Cup. Can't believe it.
Stop it.
I'm only playing.
That's come from AFC Always. Redbird says, hate to say it, but Arsenal will do well. They push for the title for sure. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Do you know what I mean? Did you want to say something, Posh Bertie?
Yeah, about what Redbird said there. When it comes to us, I do think we will push for the title. We've definitely got the experience and the squad to do it. And I think what's going to be the test to see if we are really going to be serious about this proper title challenge this season would be our first 3 away games. As I said, I think we've got possibly one of the toughest first 3 away games you could think. We've got obviously our first 2 home games. We're at home to Wolves, first game of the season, and we're also at home to Brighton. I expect us, famous last words, to take 6 points from those games. I expect us, but it's easier said than done.
We've been burnt on that Brighton one before, haven't we, mate?
Absolutely. Our first 3 away games, we're away to Aston Villa, away to Tottenham, and away to Man City. If we go undefeated, if we win 2 of those games and draw one of them, preferably the City one, I don't mind a draw there, then I think I'll be okay. I'll be more confident about how we're about where the direction we're going.
You've never been competent, Bosh.
No. But away to Villa, away to Tottenham, away to City, those are some very, very tough away games, and let's see where our mentality is when it comes to those games. Because, anyway, Mr. Meadows.
I actually completely agree with you on that, Posh. 3 really.
Sorry to cross you. This is your fixtures. This is your fixtures. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
Tottenham
a tricky old
away,
start.
back to back.
It's a tricky start, but I actually quite like the fact that we're getting them games early. It shows us where we are, and I'd rather have these games at this end of the season rather than the last few. Do you understand what I mean? I know we all play each other at the end of the day, but I this is what I want to see. I want to see us
done with.
Big games over and done with. I want to see us make an impact. I want to see us, put our marker down. That's what I want to see. Whether it will happen or not, we shall see. I'm not going to get too carried away, especially with Posh here. He'll absolutely lynch me. But it's a tough start. Don't forget we've got in between there somewhere the Champions League will kick in as well, which is going to be a bigger challenge as well for the next season coming up. But long season, that's why you need more players and quality players at that. Look at that. I think that's 2 statements. I think he's going to agree with me.
Absolutely. And to answer Steve's comment, we're already waving the white flag 3 games in. No, I'm not waving the white flag. I'm just saying that our first 3 away games are very tough, and it'll be a real test of our mentality to see how we do. Because I want to win. I want to win all those games. That'd be the dream.
That's exactly what my point was.
We can beat Villa away, and we have beaten Tottenham away before.
We can, and we will.
Steve, you never walk alone, says facts about Jones. Too many touches, and he keeps the ball so long, Roz. Yep, he does, mate. It's just horrible. That's what I wanted to get rid of his game. You know what I mean? Lee Bertie, your club needs to spend another 800 million to maybe win the.
That's another 9 different writers, isn't it?
Okay,
No.
Who do you think we are, Chelsea?
Jamie Phillips football chats is in the building. Big up to you. Please make sure you go over and like and subscribe to Jamie Phillips football chat. He does some brilliant content, so please go over there and support him on his channel. Okay, he says, big up fellas, been a long time. Big up to you, mate. Hope you are well. Do you know what I mean? Redbird's in the building. Redbird says, bless up, Jamie. Hope you're good, man. Cool. Lee Bertie, how did it look? Oh, how did you
fall?
Oh, the foot. Did you call club allowed man to steal your player, aka Wonder Kid in the Chicha? Was it?
Oh yeah,
Martin. Well, your answer is as good as mine. I have no idea. I'm perplexed at that. I still am. I really am.
His scoring ratio was crazy as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. And look at the way Man United treat their academy players like Garnacho and Kobe Mino. Mino especially. Like, this is what Obi Martin's going to become.
Yeah. We stole a player from Chelsea, 15-year-old kid, and he's supposed to be shit hot, to be honest.
Yeah, I heard about him as well.
Yeah, he's supposed to be shit hot. Do you know what I mean? So it happens. Do you know what I mean?
I'll buzz in on the Tuba Martin thing. They did offer him a contract, but United offered him ridiculous amount of money for a 16-year-old kid.
And
So
maybe for his parents as well. They probably set him up the parents as well. Yeah, that's what they do, man. They get the player in, then they'll say, look, we'll not only sort you out, we'll sort you out of a nice house. We get you a nice job at the club. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, good luck to him. I mean, some United fans are saying he's going to jump straight into the side with Rasmus Højlund being injured. I think you need to be a bit realistic on that one. Any United fans
straight away, but we'll see how he does for their.
I mean, he may end up on the bench, maybe. I don't know, but it's putting a lot of pressure on a young kid who's only played academy football. I don't think he's had any competitive games. I want to say.
No, but a lot. He's been hailed as one of the greats, man, for his age, because it's not just English teams after him. There was like Barcelona's and things like that after him, inquiring about him. Yeah.
Bayern Munich apparently as well.
Yeah,
so
Man City as well. Man City.
Yeah. Big reputation for the kid. Obviously scored a hatful of goals against the Liverpool youngsters.
Yeah, he did.
But look, I think it's very easy to get very hyped up on a young project. We've seen this quite often, right? We big up these Highland boys for our side, and I'm sure you've seen it your side as well. Let's just reserve a little bit of judgment until we see him out on the field. And look, I'll say this to Bertie while I've got you on the stream here, mate. Look, at that point when he goes on the field at Old Trafford or wherever the new ground may be or whatever, and he starts tearing it up, then you can say, "Oh, look at Arteta here doing his rubbish and all this."
You'll hear it from me first.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That happens.
Do you know what? I feel like I'm on these streams a lot, and I go round and round in circles about people saying Russ Morgan is one of our regulars. Arteta doesn't bring the youth players anyway. And I've said this before. Look, if you know your academy football, you'll know that they've been playing Premier League B or something. It's not the top level. So look, if they're not in the Premier Youth League, it's very difficult to make that jump up. If they're talented enough, they will jump up. Like when you see when Unai brought ESR and Saka through, because they're outstanding talents. You mentioned the United youngsters a little bit ago. The reason they brought them through up is because they had so many injuries throughout their season. They had literally no choice but to try and bring this Kobe Mainu out and whoever else. And fair play, because they took their opportunity, ran with it, and all of a sudden they went and Kobe went and played in the Euros. Great for him. But it's a big arse, like I said.
No, I hear you. Lee Bertie, Arsenal still the king of banter down south. There's a question from
recently.
This is why we're here, right? We're here for the entertainment, right?
Emerson says, for Rodz and Anton, which player in the Liverpool Academy that you look out for this season coming in to the Premier League? Premier League 2. Okay. I would have to say that kid that's just come in from Chelsea, because I think he's going to go. I think he's turning 16 soon, and I think they're going to put him into the under 23s. Do you know what I mean? Because he's that good. Do you know what I mean? I cannot remember his name, but he's that good. Do you know what I mean? That's the only player really. And then then you got people like Trey Naomi. He might fluctuate up and down.
Yeah.
Like Premier League 2, Premier League 1, Premier League 2, Premier League 1. So them two names, if this kid that they bought from the Arsenal, I'm not for Arsenal, from Chelsea, that they've got so much faith in, if he comes in straight into the first team, not first team, the obviously under 23s and Premier League 2, if he comes into it, well, yeah, do you know what I mean? But I don't really see it. So for me, probably is Trey Naomi, because I think he's going to move up and down, really. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking out for. What about you, Anton?
To be honest, because of that, his dad used to play ball, man. That Kumas boy.
Oh
Kumas.
yeah.
Chrissy Kumas' son. Is it Lewis? He looks decent, man. He looks decent. Who else? That what's his name? That Trent.
Oh, I know you talk about Trent Doherty. Yeah.
Yeah, he's that one. I'm keeping an eye out for him as well. I think it's just a matter of time before he's plucked out from there to be first team and pushing first team players. Oh shit! I've got this kid up. He's fucking brilliant. Let me just pull my fucking socks up. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know he used to be with Man United?
Did he?
Yeah. I'm sure that's the one that used to be in Man United, and he got
He's Irish, isn't he?
He's Irish. He's Irish. I think it's either he got let go or we plucked him from there. But he used to be with Man United set up. He was on the books of Man United. Do you know what I mean? He's quality. He's quality. Trent Doherty. Trent is got like a double barrel name in it. It's Trent something Doherty.
Yeah.
He's quality, but I forgot about him.
Let me look him up. 1 sec.
He is quality. Once you do that, I'll read out some comments. Once you do that.
Yeah, Trent Kone Doherty.
That's it, Trent Kone Doherty.
Trent Kone Doherty.
Yeah, he's quality. He's really quality. He's got some fast feet. AFC always says can't win a trophy because of Pep. So why didn't we win? Why didn't we win the Europa League? Because Pep wasn't in the competition. Yeah, it's a good.
Because of penalty shootout. That's why.
Why didn't we win the Carabao Cup when Pep got knocked out of that before we did? You know, it's.
Because you got beat by the team that won it. You know what I mean?
Awesome, of course. Anthony Herbert, big up Anthony Herbert, man. Big up to you. And he says, big up Gooner Gathering boys. Felt sorry for Reece Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, yeah.
Rhea Ripley, yeah.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Rhea
Ripley is one of the hottest female wrestlers, former women's champion.
I don't really watch. I don't really
You've
watch.
not been watching Rodz? Oh, mate.
No, seriously, I don't watch wrestling. I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to watch wrestling, and those were the days of like Giant Haystacks, Big Daddy, McManus, and all them sort of people.
Oh.
I liked it then. Do you know what I mean? But then when you got like WWE and all that sort of stuff, I'm not really into it. So
did you ever watch? Did you ever watch World of Sport wrestling on the ITV?
Yeah.
Because subtle plug for our good friend here. World of Sport is coming back. I think it's going to be a YouTube exclusive, and Cultaholic's own Tom Campbell will be the lead play-by-play announcer for the program, and we are so excited because the pair of us have been on his show in years gone by over on Cultaholic Wrestling. So yeah, fair play, Tom. We're well pleased for you, mate. And of course, so Bertie, why don't you give the other channel a bit of a plug?
Yes, we're also we will get back to football, I promise.
Yeah,
but we're also part of a wrestling channel that Sam Wilson, who's in the chat, is part of, and that's called Wrestle Dog. So if you like your wrestling, go and subscribe to that. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I like it. Yeah, we're just gonna go through some of the
like it.
Lee Bertie, money wasted on Havertz signing. Do you think that's been wasted?
Well spent.
Well, we'll see how he does this season. That's all I'm going to say.
Rodz, though, but people can say the same about us and with Darwin, though, bro. You know, even though he got some goals in that, but yeah, 86 million reaching to 100 million is not an easy price.
Well, you know my thoughts on Darwin is I gave him 2 seasons, and he hasn't done it for me. So whether he stays or goes, doesn't really bother me. So I I said I'll give him 2 seasons to see what he can
The
do.
craziest thing, he's a threat to the defenders, but he's a threat to himself.
He's the Liverpool Nketiah.
So why do we turn down?
I think Nketiah can score.
Yeah.
I think Nketiah's a better finisher than him. He's a more competent.
No.
Yeah. England international Nketiah. Come on.
He's blasting it all day, every day. Other than that chip he did against Brentford. That's it. That's all he's doing.
He's eating lots of chips.
He'll pass it. He'll pass it by the keeper and he'll shoot it. He's got a good shot, man. Good technique, but he's not. For me, he's not good enough for the Premier League. To be honest.
That is a super comment by Steve. I watched wrestling in the pre-season game. Ben White trying to grapple with Carvalho.
Oh,
It's taken over,
We can take it.
That's funny, isn't it? Uncle Rodz, you are missing loads of questions in the chat. Yeah, because I haven't got to them yet.
You need a little patience, my friend.
I'm trying to skip past the general chat and just get to the questions. Morton fits Arnie's system better than Jones. Okay, I've yet to see that yet.
Oh, don't put comments like that. I went on a complete rant on Mourinho. Don't.
I think Mourinho's passed his Premier League expiration date, in my opinion.
What are
When they reduced the clear bin.
What are Arsenal winning
I
this
would have
season?
definitely taken him years ago, but not now.
What are Arsenal winning this season, Posh?
We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully a major honour. Hopefully a trophy. Please.
Premier League and FA Cup double.
That would be amazing.
There you go.
I hope that does happen, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yep, seriously. Bertie, baby Zinchenko's still crying after we beat you in pre-season.
Well,
that's evil.
He knows
Baby
what's coming.
Zinchenko's best position is working at mother care. He's always crying.
Oh my lord!
Come on, allow it, man. Come on.
Low.
Lee, but
Yeah,
is
Timberlake
Timberlake a new signing? Sorry.
Yes, because he's literally played 2 Premier League games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored a worldie, didn't he, for the reserves, didn't he?
He did.
I
He
saw
did.
it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's a good player, though.
His challenge is to get into that first team, isn't it?
And he's got a twin brother that plays in Feyenoord, doesn't he?
Absolutely. If we sign him as well, we can sort of mix up the shirts a bit just to confuse people. It'd be great.
Okay.
Well, Ferguson needs to do that, didn't he?
Emerson's
Brazilian boys.
got a question for Lee, Posh, Bertie, and Rodz and Anton. What position will Arsenal or Liverpool finish in the league? I'll come to you first, Anton.
I'm not expecting much, really. All I want is to just we play good football and we qualify for the Champions League. So that could be 3rd, 4th, whatever. If we went on and win it, obviously, the most ideal thing would be like fairy tale. I'll be skipping and I'll be wearing the flipping tutu and that, you know what I mean? But
you're being recorded, right?
yeah, I don't care. I'll do it. But yeah, I don't see us doing like crazy well and winning, like smashing it. But as long as we play good football, because this is a building season, we've got a new manager and that. So yeah, as long as we're playing good ball, we're in the Champions League, we're doing well in all the cups, and see where we go from there.
What about you, Bertie and Gunnar?
I think as much as I want us to win the league, at the moment I have a feeling we're going to probably end up finishing 2nd again and coming up short again. That's my opinion. But whether we win another trophy like a domestic cup, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think he'll probably be 2nd place again.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Mr.
Um,
Meadows has disappeared.
he'll be back. He'll be back. Ivan Tony, Pedro Neto, Eze would be great for Arsenal. Yeah, I think they'd be great for any team, to be honest. AFC always spitting facts about his club. Yep.
Always does it.
Okay. Lee Bertie, what game did you lose that gave you gave the title to City? What game was
The
that?
Villa game at the Emirates, ultimately, because that was the one blip in a very good run of results before and after that game. Also, if you look at December last year, where we won 1 in 7 in all competitions, we lost to Villa again at Villa Park. We also lost to West Ham and Fulham. The West Ham and Fulham games are the games that I think, if we won those winnable games, it'd have been a different story. So actually, I think the West Ham and Fulham games in December would have been are the games we think, what could have been if we won those.
I've got to pick up this guy here, Ross Morgan. Big up Ross Morgan. Haven't seen you around here.
Why have you put good evening?
Well,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, but big up to you. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Okay, make sure you do that. Okay, and then we have 3 big dogs in the channel today. Stop that. Because I'm buzzing for the
win.
I'm buzzing for game day. That's coming from Ross Morgan. Yeah, so am I. I'm actually looking forward to it. The state of United team, he's probably could
about Obi Martin.
Yeah, it probably is.
No.
Yeah, it probably is about him still because I don't think Man United can too good. But I'm gonna next week. I'm gonna bring my Man United friend on there next week. Fuzzy, I'll bring him on there next week, and they can have a chat. You know what I mean?
Fuzzy, does he know Chris Jericho?
I don't know, mate.
There's a little wrestling joke from my colleague over there.
Yeah. In the
I have to
first
say,
one,
sorry, I've completely lost Wi-Fi, so.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Rods, in the first match could be against Arsenal in the on the 16th in the under 21s, as he had no pre-season matches since his contract expired. Who's that he's talking about?
He's talking about Kobe Martins, isn't he?
Oh, okay. Steve, you never walk alone. He says, let Eze go and rest in his history.
Yeah, it was in Arsenal's academy about, 6 years ago, I think? Something like that. Maybe more.
No, look, could go the Obi Martin route.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not the first one we let go, is it? Unfortunately. You can't blame Arteta for that. You can't. Don't.
No, you can't, mate.
Harry Kane, how you doing?
You won't know if a player is good enough unless you play them. It's true. That is true. City were fighting for the league, and they brought through Foden and Cole Palmer. Well, Cole Palmer went to Chelsea, didn't he? He hardly played. He didn't really play a competitive game for.
It's a good point though, because Foden came in like you said, but then for every Foden you get one like Palmer who sort of escapes the net, and then like you said, he comes and makes a difference, doesn't he? And Palmer was fantastic in his first season for Chelsea. It'd be interesting to see what the second season does.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. See what he does. Steve said, I watched wrestling in the pre-season games. Ben White tried to grapple with Cavalier. Steve, you're not nice, man. D-Bay, Rice signing for 105 million. Good or bad signing? Money was spent, or money could have been spent wisely. Elsewhere, sorry.
Well, look.
Yes, being spent wisely. Yeah.
I mean,
What are you saying?
Rice is incredible. Made a huge difference in Arsenal's side. I don't think we would have been anywhere near Man City last season without him, to be honest. Especially with Partey being out as long as he was.
What's your verdict, Bertie?
I think Declan Rice was a brilliant signing for us. I think he was one of our best players last season. Because I always said how 2 seasons ago, when Partey got injured, our midfield looked different. When he got injured last season, we didn't have to rely on him to make our midfield good. We had Rice, and the cover and how he performs is more often than not really fantastic. And I've lost count at the amount of times I've given him man of the match last season. So I think it was very much well spent on Rice.
Yeah, good player, man. But you know what I didn't like is when they compared him to Rodri, man. That was like this. That was
Rodri's better.
football blasphemy, mate. Honestly,
that's what Arsenal fans do. They hype all their players up to the nines. Like they'll compare Nketiah to Drogba. Like that's what they do.
He's a good player.
Now, come on,
and he's potentially world class, man. But you're going against Rodri. This person's already world class from way back. And
Rodri's the best midfielder in the league.
Unbelievable.
He's not defensive.
The only thing Rice has got over Rodri is speed. That's the only thing. He's quick. I know Rice is quick because I know he used to play centre back as well, and I heard from like years ago in the youth teams and things like that. He's rapid, and he is quick, and I know that. And he's powerful bringing the ball forward. But everything else, there's nothing you can touch him with. Nothing. And I couldn't believe all the things they were saying, man. It's just unbelievable. I don't think it was just Arsenal fans. I think it was England fans as well. So, yeah, he's one of the best in the tournament. I was like, no. Mad times he was losing the ball. I actually like Rice. You know, I like Rice because he's a fan. Not only does he love football, he plays football. He's a fan of football. He can tell he's really he appreciates being where he is. You know what I'm saying? I see him still collect shirts and talk about players and things like that. Like he's still a fan in the stands. So I like him because of that. So I want him to do well. But yeah, he in midfield a lot of times in the tournament in the Euros. You watched him when he was under pressure. He was always like give the ball away too many times for me. Especially if you know about playing midfield. I used to play midfield myself. I'm saying I'm obviously the fucking greatest, but you have some kind of knack of where you're playing. And a lot of times he was losing the ball, especially in the semi-final. And I was saying to people, if he does this against Spain, we're going to be in trouble. And yeah, he wasn't even nowhere to be found, to be honest, in the final. But I give him his dues. He's a good player for the Premier League. He's a brilliant buy. I know it's 105 million, but that's the going rate for decent players nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, that concludes the show. Listen,
I want to answer Steve's question. Which Rice is better value for money, Declan Rice or Uncle Ben's? I like both. They're both good in their own different ways.
What a way.
Go on, sir. Listen, we're going to do this again next week. Yeah, we're going to do this same again next week. I'm going to bring in Hot Fuzz in next week as well. He's a Man United supporter. I'm going to bring him in so we can all have a good, decent.
He's a funny guy, guys, honestly.
He's a really nice guy, Hot Fuzz. Really
funny guy, man. He's not bad. You know what? He's that nice. I'll say to him, I can't believe you're a Man United supporter, man. He's such a good guy.
Isn't it? He's so calm. He's just so
good
calm.
Guy. He's got like, one-liners and that. He's a funny guy.
I said to him, I swear you're from Jamaica or something. Do you know what I mean? You know, but I'm going to bring him next week. So listen, go in the gathering. Please tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
Well, first of all, thank you again, Uncle Rodz, for having us here. It's been a real pleasure talking to you all. I am Goodally Meets, just where you can find me on X. Of course, my YouTube channel is Gooner Gathering. Posh Bertie is my my co-presenter stroke co-host. And this has been really fun, guys. So thank you very much.
No problem about it. Bertie, where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter or X at Posh Bertie, and my Instagram's at Bertie Wanless. I also run Gooner Gathering's Instagram account, which is at Gooner Gathering.
Cool. I like that. Anton, I know where you can find it.
You can find me on the streets, man.
He's full of streets.
01, or on X, Antos Pantos. I'll be thereabouts, or with Fozzie or this young gentleman, Uncle Rodz, going around his channel. But guys, nice to meet you, man. Post player here and
Been great.
Goon and Lee, man. It's seem like good guys. Even though you're Arsenal fans, you're good guys in my book.
We're
Thank
not
you
all
very
bad.
No problem. Okay, guys, it's been a great show. I'll probably be back tomorrow with a show, but we got some 2 pre-seasons coming up on Saturday and Sunday, so I should be covering that in some form of capacity. Do you know what I mean? But in the meantime, guys, thanks for being on the show, and thanks for tuning in. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel, share and comment. Do you know what I mean? Do all those good things for me. You know how it is. But in the meantime, guys, I'm trying to find the thing. Yeah, there you go. Oh, couldn't find the
We've all
arrow.
been there, mate.
I couldn't find the arrow. Arrow just went missing somewhere. In the meantime, guys, peace, love, and respect.
See you guys.